Space Coconut.
Okay, I got a few matches in, and they weren't as bad as yesterday. I didn't take them as seriously. I trolled a bit. We tested. I wanted to experiment with Legion. I wanted to see if his two knives, the nasty blade and like the dirty blade or something like that, I wanted to see if they stacked. I don't know. It was just an experiment to see what would happen. And two survivors DC'd right away, and the other two died because they stuck around. It was an interesting experiment, and I might have to try it again later. But I also did I did a play around build with Devour Hope, Mint Rag, and some other things. I got gen rushed, but I did manage to eat two survivors. That was fun. So I think I'm in an okay place mentally to try and do the perk study on Dark Devotion. Dark Devotion says, the display of your powers creates a whirlwind of panic that spreads throughout the land. It's a little dramatic. You become obsessed with one survivor. Hitting the obsession with your basic attack causes the obsession to emit a 32-meter terror radius for 20 seconds. During that time, your terror radius is reduced to 0. This effect can only be triggered once every 30 seconds. So I think there's a 10-second cooldown before you can use it again. I'm hoping that that's the case. The obsession here is a terror radius they emit for the duration. So this is my favorite perk out of the Plague's perks, and here's the reason. This doesn't This doesn't directly hurt survivors. It doesn't cause them to do gen slower. It doesn't cause them to die instantly. It doesn't cause them to heal slower. It doesn't cause them to have less fun during a match. This is what I think all perks should be like, because this creates a new playstyle for the killer that uses it. The problem is that it's so restrictive that you can't really capitalize on it, which makes it a weak perk and borderline bad. Well, it's bad. It's a bad perk. But when it works, it's a lot of fun. So what we're going to try and do is I'm going to use No One Escapes Death because, Gen Rush. I'm going to use Monitor and Abuse to help be sneaky a little bit, and I'm going to try using Surveillance. The biggest problem I have with Dark Devotion on the Hag is finding survivors. So, I mean, if I can use Surveillance to have a rough idea onto where a survivor is at, it's probably going to be beneficial, because the whole point of this, the whole point of Dark Devotion is to hit your obsession and let them go so you can go find the other survivors. But if you don't know where the other survivors are, you're not going to find them in 20 seconds. So I'm going to do a couple of matches with this. I'm going to try not to get frustrated over the current state of things, and we'll see how it goes. Madam Preschool. Somebody dropped an offering, so this isn't a surprise. I'm going to check this out. Well, got to get the building. I was going to say a launch point. It's not a launch point. I'm going to get there. I'm going to get this shack. Get the drop and the pallet. They ran upstairs, so this is going to be important. I don't know who my obsession is. They're to the right. Yeah. Okay. We heard somebody at the other one. Who's my... Paul is my obsession. This... That's stupid. That is so dumb. Okay, we can follow that and double check it and make sure and check when it goes yellow. Yeah. Hello, Obsession. I shouldn't be going here. Should be going after... Dead hard. I didn't capitalize on that like I wanted to. But that one's still degressing, so that's nice. The other gens are being worked on. But all of them over there. So... Oh, okay. 2 gens. It's also why we're using NOED. And here's the thing. We're going to make sure that this... Oh. Flash. I need to figure this out. So it's yellow now. Well, that works. Aww. Yeah, like I'm gonna swing at you again. Please. Decisive? Nope. So, how did we deal with this? Oh, he's gonna go over there. Flashlight. Rescue. So. Oh, I forgot. I hit her and then I could have been sneaky. Well, the practice of that. They're smart. Probably up there. Well. What else we got? Oh, that's being worked on. All 3 of them should be there. Sprint burst. think of the same path thing. Dead heart. We'll leave him down because he needs to stay down. Oh, that's why. Both of them are on this side. They're up over there. She ran across. I don't have any traps set. So, ideally, I needed to be sneaky with her. Hi. Oh, she has a key. She's gonna use the key. That was really good. But that's why you need that's it. Okay, so Dark Devotion. Dark Devotion is bad. It doesn't help slow the game down. It doesn't help take out survivors. It doesn't actively do anything to help you find survivors or deal with survivors. It doesn't do anything. It's a triggered ability, right? You have to hit the obsession to turn it on. So with that requirement by itself, to hit the obsession, because of the way loops are, because of the okay, so hitting the obsession can be really obnoxious. There was a match I had where the obsession was a good looper. He'd run in wide circles, and you know, as the hag, you're not supposed to chase anybody anyway. Being able to pinpoint target a single survivor with the traps is pretty much impossible, unless you're in the chase already. Okay, so I'm getting sidetracked. Dark Devotion can be a really fun perk for both sides. The surprise and the fear and the confusion that hits survivors when it actually works is really funny.
Is it like hag? I don't know.
Is she on a chase?
Yeah. Apparently, I think so.
Where is she?
Wait.
I'll be surprised if she doesn't have one.
Oh my god, Dama! What the fuck happened?
Who is it?
She just appeared. Hold on. Excuse?
She have a silent trap?
Mint Rag.
Oh
Mint
my
Rag for
god.
Sure. And Shackles.
He got grabbed next to me.
God, that fucking spooked
Yeah,
me, dude.
that scared the shit out of me too.
Fuck. If I actually like decided to drink my water, I would have pissed myself right there.
I don't know what the fuck is she running. Is she going back? Oh my god! Oh my god!
I can't even right now in this round. I freaking cannot.
What is going on with this round?
The perk has a lot of potential to change up how killers are played and how, you know, killers go about certain aspects of the game. While the number of... Okay, I'm not even going to go into second chances, so I'll try and drop it, right? Dark Devotion throws some confusion at the survivors. It doesn't directly affect them or impede them, but it gives the killer a really interesting chance to, you know, sow discord, to change up what's happening on the battlefield. The problem is that because it has so many limitations, it has so many requirements, that it can't be good and it can't do what it's designed to do nearly as well as it could have. The biggest problem with Dark Devotion is, well, there are several big problems, and they all combine into just a mess. You have to hit the Obsession in order to turn it on. Okay, in a similar way as Remember Me or Dying Light or any of the other Obsession perks, you have to find your you have to find the Obsession first. So there's no guarantee that you will during the match, or when you do find them, there's no guarantee that they'll be close to any survivors, or that you'll have any idea where the other survivors are once you activate it. Because you'll only have 20 seconds to look before the terror radius comes back, you can't get efficient use out of it to shake things up. You can't really do anything. So in order to fix this perk, in order to make it better at least, I don't know how overpowered it would be. I mean, it might not be, because it just allows the killer to get, you know, some early hits in. It allows the killer to be sneaky, which I kind of wish we had more of. But there are a couple of things that should change for this perk. One, that it shouldn't be limited to the Obsession. Putting that limitation on it by itself hampers the perk to an extent that it's really not useful. You want to find the Obsession, hit them, and then abandon them, which, depending on your situation, it might not even be worth it. You want to attack and down the Obsession and get them out. You want to play the game, right? So, Play with your food. It doesn't really benefit the killer to abandon the Obsession. I mean, the way Play with your food works, you lose your tokens after each hit. You have to hit the Obsession multiple times, or lose the Obsession multiple times to get even remotely good use out of Play with your food. So it would be good, at least for the perk. I don't know how impact. We've never had a perk that does this, so it's kind of hard to say what impact it would have on the game. But it would be nice if the perk activated if you hit a survivor period. That it didn't matter if it wasn't an Obsession perk. That whatever survivor you hit would be hit with the terror radius. They'd hear it. Your terror radius would disappear. This would give you more opportunities to be in a chase with any survivor, and then, you know, be able to sneak up on the other survivors without having to focus and abandon the Obsession if it's not expedient, if it's not the right choice at the time. The other thing that needs to be dealt with is the actual time limit of the perk. 20 seconds is not nearly enough time, especially with the other restrictions that are on it. Because the killer has to stop and search for survivors, they need a significant more amount. They need a lot more time to look for survivors to, use the perk. And the problem, if the survivors are close together, they see you. What good is losing your terror radius if they can see you? So, I mean, to be able to be far away and sneak up on a survivor without them knowing, that would be ideal. That'd be the way to go, right? The time, the duration needs to be longer. And then the last and probably the most important thing is that if you hit the the survivor and they the perk activates, you want to be able to find the other survivors. You want to be able to make good use of your time and good use of this perk, because its purpose is to sneak up on the other survivors. So then either their locations should be revealed, or their auras should be revealed for a shorter period of time, or for a reasonable amount of time, giving you an idea where they're at, and then giving you time to sneak up on them and use the perk. Besides those things, I think those three things, let it affect every survivor instead of an obsession, increase the timer, and let the killer know where the other survivors are, so the killer can use the perk to sneak up on them. I mean, I really like the idea of this perk. I like that it doesn't impede the survivors, that it's purely a perk that affects the killer. Well, I can't say purely because of the terror radius on the hit survivor, but it doesn't negatively affect survivors. It doesn't directly hinder them, which we have enough of. We have too much of that, in the same way that we have too many second chance perks. It's the same thing, but we need more perks like this that affect the killer, that can change their the play style of the killer, and then it change the dynamics of a match. It's the idea of the perk is so fun, but it's too restricted to be useful, and that needs to change in order for the perk to be good and fun.
Yeah, this was my last.
Okay,
Dark
got it.
Devotion. That's
Okay. Oh, that's why she doesn't have. Oh my god. That's why she doesn't have a heartbeat. Because she passed it to you.
Yeah, she hit me first, and then
That was really good with the hack. That was fucking scary.
Because, I mean, if the survivors... You guys will have to let me know. As survivors, if you've come across somebody using this perk, did it make the match more fun? Having the killer come up out of nowhere and be able to sneak up on you and be sneaky. But, yeah, that's my opinion. That's my thought. That's my fix for the problem. Or not the problem, but for this weak perk. I wish it were better. Turn off the obsession thing. Let it affect any survivor that you hit. Let the duration be longer. Let the killer see where the other survivors are. This way the killer has time and access to be able to use the perk. That would be my suggestion. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know how you've dealt with this perk, if you've come across it, how it made you feel, if it made the match better or worse for you. Because I think that's probably the most important thing to consider. I don't play Survivor because I don't like it. So those of you who do, let me know. I think that's an important discussion that we should have. So I'm going to go ahead and play some more matches. I'm going to do some things. I feel much better today. It is my Friday. I have the day off. It is the 4th at 3:35 in the morning. I should be in bed, but I'm not. I'm going to crash after this. So, in the meantime, I'll see you in the fog.